today I want to talk with you about self-hosting. This is my channel where I'm going to talk about things, and the very first thing I'm going to talk about is self-hosting. And what the heck is self-hosting? So what is self-hosting? This is a concept in which you host your own applications, data and more. It takes away unknown factor how your data is managed, stored and processed. And self-hosting provides you ability to take control of these things without losing functionality, or maybe gain more functionality of services you use otherwise, services you use in other ways, but you use it frequently. For example, photo, file hosting, audiobooks, video hosting, or any cloud service you can imagine today. There are probably open source solution you can install and use by yourself without relying on third party. Why self-hosting? Why people do that? And people do that a lot for self-education, tinkering, independency from clouds, vendor locking, security of personal data, reliability, money saving, and futures. Maybe you don't have enough futures and you want to extend. What kind of self-hosting exists? So, first of all, this truly self-hosting, I would call this kind of self-hosting home lab self-hosting. When you have at home some server and you manage the server, it's always up, and you install some software there, you swap disks, and this kind of self-hosting is, I think, it has some advantages and disadvantages. And for advantages, I tell that you control everything here, you manage everything. Home labbing could be done on enterprise hardware, which I think is the best option, and it's super expensive. On old hardware, you can scraps from somewhere, like old enterprise hardware, or for example, just some old laptop, usually cheap, and they're just quite. A popular option is to buy, even if you are not very tech savvy, you're not working in IT or something, like new hardware NAS, right? And it's basically a small media computer. You install, it's maybe kind of shape of a small cube or something with a lot of disks for storage and pre-installed software. It could be a good option to start with, but I'd rather not if you want to. It could be a big investment. It could be you spend a lot of money, but the hardware is not the best usually. Renting server. This is quite good option, I think, because what is advantage of it? When you rent server in the cloud, maybe you think, okay, we're going away from clouds, but why we're going to clouds again? We're renting server from cloud, or renting server from someone else, because we're losing control. We're not managing this server, but it's actually good. You're getting rid of a lot of maintenance. You don't need to spend a lot of money on the server itself, and you can get into self-hosting more easily. You don't need to. So you can use cloud server or VPS or VDS, which is virtual private server or virtual dedicated server. And you can pay as less as, for example, €3 until 50 or 100 euros. Cloud is not going to manage your data. It just provides you raw resources, and you can do whatever you want with it. They're not looking into your data. They're not obliged to manage it. They're not obliged, and they're not managing your data. They're not doing anything with your data at all. The only thing they provide is working server, working hardware, or working virtual server, whatever you choose. And also, if you don't want to manage server, you can also go even further. This services like Heroku, Fly, they just provide you a way to run very easily on Docker machines and containers, and you don't need to think about server at all. Okay, now let's talk about, now we know how to host things. Let's talk about what you might want to host. File server is the first thing to go. Like famous services like Dropbox, they pave the way for cloud, for customer clouds. For customer, Dropbox paves the way for customer clouds. Photo galleries, of course. VPN, of course, it's makes sense to host VPN by yourself. Wiki or some documents. You might want to self-host smart home if you have, for example, smart home or another IoT devices. Mail servers, it's actually quite hard to do so, but it's possible. Video hosting, web hosting, it's very basic stuff to host, and video conferencing. This stuff that I think most people might want to self-host. If you're watching this video to this point, if you're still watching this video, please leave a comment. And if you are self-hosting, please tell me what services you are self-hosting. Or if you're not self-hosting, please tell me which services do you usually use, and I will tell you in next video how you can replace them with self-hosted